Hello, SNA fans. I hope I didn't keep you guys waiting for long. This is the next AEW AEW review video. This time is AEW Rampage, and in this and this is the first time I had to do back-to-back AEW Dynamite and Rampage review for the second straight week in a row. And hope you guys are enjoying the AEW content because it's not going to end AEW review videos on this lovely Saturday night, even though it's raining and where I'm at. But anyway, it don't end just yet because we have the parking lot brawl, and we also got the women's match between Thunder Rosa and Deonna Purrazzo, and the main event match with Katsuyori Shibata and Daniel Garcia against the Shane Taylor promotions of Shane Taylor himself and Lee Moriarty. But it started with the parking lot brawl, which I was thinking to myself, how come I thought this was going to be the main event match, but never mind. I'm just going to this. Accept this. I might as well accept this because I'm gonna be entertained on how AEW is gonna book the show, anyways, in general. So might as well just be happy about this. But anyway, this is where we got start off with Chuck Taylor and Trip Barretta start doing fist at each other right after Trip Barretta. This is where we got the parking lot brawl with Chuck Taylor versus Trip Barretta. Trip Barretta tried to go for a clothesline, but this is where Chuck Taylor ducks, and this is where he tried to go for strikes right to the right hand of his former best friend. Until Barretta started going for forearms right into his face. This is where we got Chuck Taylor winning with punches right into his face. This is where he hits him face first right onto this car head windshield right onto this on this black Volkswagen Passat, I believe, if not a Jetta. This is where he hits him face for right into the rearview mirror. This is where then we got Chuck Taylor then throw him back first right into the window. This is where Chuck Taylor then grab onto the top part of the trash can thing. That's where he threw him face. That's where he threw him head first right into the window of the car. This is where then he grabs onto. This is where he tries to hit him face first right into that with that trash can lid. But this is where he gets kicked right into gut and interception. This is where Trent Barretta grabs on, hits him face first with it. This is where then he hits him head first right into the front head of the car. This is where he got him right into a bloody mess. This is where he went This is where then he grabs on the trash can right behind this silver Chevy Traverse. This is where he hits him back of the head and the back right into the trash can. This is where then he put him right into this Mercury. This is where but this is where Chuck Taylor then started fighting back, and this is where they got right up on the top of the car. This is where they start hitting some strikes right into the face. But this is where we got this is where the Chuck Taylor nearly finished off Mr. The Mr. Trader of the Orange Man. This is where he tried to go for it. This is where we got Trent Barretta. I go for a suplex, but this is where he gets hit with a big right hand when he knocked right off and went right to that flatbed wood, right into the pickup truck, hitting right to the wood. This is where we got. This is where then Trent Barretta put Chuck Taylor right on the top of the car. This is where then Trent Barretta then hits him rib first right onto the with the cymbals. This is where, or not cymbals, more likely the trash can lid. This is where then Chuck Taylor went right on top of the car. This is where then Trent Barretta then went right on the one car right beside him into the truck. This is where then he went. This is where he went right over that one and went right onto the other side. This is where he hit the elbow drop right onto him, onto Chuck Taylor, right onto the car that was on with the trash can on him. This is where we got. But this is where the referee only got one count. This is where Trent Baretta's like, "Oh, come on, this is supposed to be like how I planned it to be." This is where the referee's like, well, you can't wish them all to be in your being the benefit. This is where then he got his revenge. This is where then Trent Barretta then then slam him back first right onto the ground. This is where he hits him with what's that like? What's that like? This is where we got this is where Chuck Taylor then hit. Got to grab a part of a wood. This is where he hit him back first right onto the wood. Well, this is where This is where Trent Barretta starts screaming in agony. He's like, "Oh, like no, like, it shouldn't be happening." This is where we got Chuck Taylor to grab on the sharp part of the top of the trash can lid and start cutting up Trent Barretta and hit him head first with that, like he did to Chuck Taylor just not that long ago. This is where he's like, "I'm looking for blood. Like you made this personal." What's his name? Mr. Training Trend. Like this is where, but this is where we got it's where we got then Chucky T then I finally got blood for blood when they're making Trent Barretta in a bloody match. In the face first right into the flatbed part of the pickup truck. But this is where then this is where we got Trent Barretta then start fighting back after a very memorable in a very memorable in a very memorable way, I guess you could say, which AEW definitely delivered on tonight's show and broadcast. But this is where we got Trent Barretta going right up on the card. This is where he started hitting right hands right into the face of what's his name? Chuck Taylor. This is where we got Trent Barretta then grab onto Mr. Chucky T, but this is where he trips over and lands back first right onto the in the car windshield, I guess you could say. This is where we got Chuck Taylor then try to go for a powerbomb, which he landed back first right into the broken glass, landed right into the back, and luckily CM Punk wasn't there, or else it would be serious chaos because it seemed like that was real glass, and they use it in the very beginning, of course. But yeah, let me know in the comment section right down below and what your thoughts onto this match. Do you think it does get the third best match on the night, or do you think it should be a little bit more, or do you think it should be more or less? Yeah, let me know and give your take in the comment section right down below. If you excuse me, I'll be right back. I need to take care of something. All right, SNA fans, sorry about that little wait. But anyways, this is where we got Chuck Taylor then went right up on the top of the car with Trent Barretta. This is where they started playing wrestling tennis with forearms, like where Chuck Taylor started, with Trent Barretta going right back at him. This is where the fans are watching it right in the background in this parking lot, bro, where fans are cheering "yay" and then the other half cheering "boo." I mean, the one they're cheering "yay" for Chuck Taylor and they're booing Trent Barretta. Let me rephrase that, like. But them going back and forth and some wrestling tennis before. That's where they start grabbing, start hugging onto each other. Like which the fans start booing because Trent Barretta was Trent Beretta betrayed Orange Cassidy. Like, it's not the same like it is. Like, if you wanted to give a hug and give us what we want, you should have done that to Orange Cassidy in the first place, even if you were upset, like, just because you were in the finals. This is where then we got this is where they get a hug it out, but this is where Chuck Taylor's like, I'm not falling for it. Like, I'm gonna finish you once and for all. This is where he try to go for a pile driver right through the top of the head of the car. But this is where he gets low blow by Trent. This is where then Trent then take advantage after he hitting his former best friend with the move. This is where he hits him with a pile driver of his own right on top of the hood of the car. This is where then he got him in a triangle choke. This is where there was nothing else for. This is where the referee's like, all right, this is over, it's over. And then this is where the fans were like, oh my God, he really just beat like Chuck Taylor. I thought Chuck Taylor would win, but I should have known that was this was gonna happen because it looked like it's a message they could send to Orange Cassidy that he's coming after him, like, which I'm not sure what's the reason why he asked a vendetta against the freshly squeezed Orange wrestler, but we're gonna figure that out on probably in the next week or so on AEW. On AEW Dynamite, or even next week's AEW Collision, or whatever it may be, for tell real reason why he attacked Orange Cassidy a few weeks ago, and maybe it could lead up to a double or nothing match. Who knows? You never know. I thought that Orange Cassidy could get involved, but Chuck Taylor told him not to do it, and I should have known that Trent Beretta, that means Trent Beretta is going to win, and this is where we're going to write them off as the best friends, and then this is where we're going to move on to the next slide but after excuse me, but after this match, we show like what could be ending up, what's going to be next between Cassidy and Beretta. And do you think Orange Cassidy should defeat Trent Beretta, and Trent Beretta gets his comeuppance at the end of this feud? And do you think this match should happen at AEW Double or Nothing? Let me know right down in the comment section right down below. Let's move on to the next slide. My apologies, but anyway, this is where what's your thoughts on Trent Beretta making Chuck Taylor put to sleep in the triangle choke? This is where we got Don Callis was very interested, and he was watching in the monitor backstage. And I was thinking, like, don't tell me that Trent Beretta could possibly be a part of the Don Callis family sooner or later. But luckily, they didn't seem like it was not going to happen anytime soon. But it could happen after AEW. After AEW Double or Nothing, we could see him be added to the Don Callis family, and then we could see Don Callis could kick out Will Ospreay along with Kyle Fletcher, with him helping out the aerial assassin against the heelish evil manager in all of professional wrestling. But this is where we got anyway, this is where we got Kyle O'Reilly backstage in the interview with the Kyle O'Reilly's like had a few things to say to the Undisputed Kingdom. He said it was something about the Undisputed Kingdom, about this is where he then tell a story about his dad, like when he watched him in his wrestling career in AEW. He was like, or no, he said something about being in AEW in his hometown. This is where Kyle O'Reilly was like soon enough we're gonna be going to my hometown, next week. And this was it's gonna be live in Vancouver, BC, Canada. And he's like, And he's like in the Rogers in the same building, like in the. And he's like, and this is where that we're gonna be in the exact same building where Kyle O'Reilly's seen his very first wrestling, been in his very first wrestling event show ever, and is a wrestling fan. Like, and he's like, and like I've been in that show, and I looked at my dad and said, like, Dad, like, I want to. Like I want to be in this. Like I want to be in this business one day. Like, and I can. I know I can. I know I can. And I believe that thanks to his pure heart, a pure young heart of belief that he can do this if he put his mind into it. Help him lead this way of being the successful in-ring grappler that he is today. But this is where then he said his father then responded to him like, he's like, okay, kid, like you, like, okay, kid, like I'm not sure if you can, if you can successfully successfully can manage to do that, like of getting into the industry. And this is where he's like, but many years later, I managed to pull it off and been successful ever since then. And years later, like I'm coming back. And like from the past couple of years later, like I've been back, like I've been recovered from my injuries, and now I don't know how I put myself off, but I got myself back together again, and I compete with the best wrestlers again, and then there's what AEW have ever offered. And then and then the better place is here is here in AEW, and that's the number one thing AEW has is the best wrestling and the shows in the world of PW. And what's your thoughts on what's next? And what's your thoughts on Kyle O'Reilly? What's next for him and his future in All Elite Wrestling? Let me know in the comments below. After losing the Roderick Strong, why even mention anything about the Undisputed Kingdom when he's talking about him being in his hometown of British Columbia, like in Vancouver, British Columbia, and like back from this, like talking about that, and he gonna try to perform on next week's Collision there in his hometown of Vancouver, which that was the first place that he went to in his first wrestling event, like as a young child, until he got into business, like very easily when he put his mind into on what he can do in his life, which I'm glad that he believed in himself, or else we won't be seeing one of the most coolest and the technical guys in all of WWE or AEW or anywhere overall in professional wrestling. But yeah, this is where we got Thunder Rosa in action next against Deonna Purrazzo. This is where we got her into like a headlock as soon as she got in the ring, like when she grappled, and got her in a Cobra clutch, the headlock until Deonna Purrazzo counters out of it. This is where we got her into an armbar and hit her with an armbar slam. This is where then she was like, all right, time to take care of this trash. This is where then Deonna Purrazzo was like, hey, I don't care what this little girl has up her sleeves. I don't care what you say about me, but I'm gonna do whatever I can in order to get what was taken from me, and that is my chances of being the All Elite Wrestling Women's Championship. And then this is where then she hit some elbows, not elbows, the kick strikes right into the arm of the former AEW Women's Championship. Here's where she kick right in the face. This is where it's like, thanks to you, I'm out the AEW Women's Championship. This is where Thunder Rosa was like, why are you blaming me when you have nobody else to blame but yourself? And this is where we got Deonna Purrazzo like, silence. Oh, I care not to hear it. Like, say no more. This is where she tied her up like with a towel right there. I think she. Not the towel. What I'm talking about, she got her tied up right into the bottom corner rope. This is where she started knotting her up. This is where then the referee's like, all right, she's well not. Like, don't screw anything up. This is where it's like, all right, fine. Like, even though I want to do some more tortures, what she was doing, like when she was tying her up right in the middle of the ring. This is where then she kicks her right into the midsection. Not the midsection. That's where she stomp on her right into her ribs. This is where then Deonna Purrazzo was like, all right, like now it's time to the kick out the trash. This is where she hit the drop kick right off the ropes. This is where then she went right. This is where Thunder Rosa nearly right onto the apron. Yeah, huh? That's like Uncle Super Ninja Austin's face. Huh?
You came outdoor.
Oh, outdoor.
And I see your face.
Hey, Uncle Super Ninja Austin's face.
I see your face right there.
Really? You do?
While I'm watching.
Oh, okay. But anyway, this is where we got
Don't do that
Thunder Rosa.
again.
Don't do it again on what?
Don't put your face. Don't come in.
Okay, I won't come in. I'm just checking on you so you see if you're okay. Okay, I will. I promise.
Take out your mask.
Okay, but anyway, this is where we got Deonna Purrazzo trying to grab on the Rosa. The Rosa counters out of it, hit a right hand onto her face. This is where she went right on the top rope. This is where she hits a big boot right into her face. This is where, yeah.
You give me yoga, jello, and carrots.
Okay, excuse me for a second.
Can you get that? Maybe you come in there.
There you go, buddy.
I'm gonna call you. Okay. I'm so tough.
This one?
That one. I want this. Go down there.
All right, SNA fans, sorry about that. Helping out my little nephew once again. My birthday review video is where we got. This is where we got Deonna probably go Boston Crab and reversal out Thunder Rosa. This is where he had going right to the lower right side. You know, the Virtuosa didn't try the little breather in the walkout, or the not breather. More likely went out to taunt the fan and to the cameraman saying like, "Hey, wrong." And this is where she was like, "This is the reason why I'm the Virtuosa, baby." And this is where she tried to grab on the Thunder Rosa, but this is where Thunder Rosa went and hit a baseball sliding kick right into the face of the Virtuoso. This way, he started beating the hell out of each other right into the ringside, including Dion Prado ramming it right to one of the sides of apron, with that, because that was very brutal. Like, and it was the harsh part of the ring. And I was like, wow, like how Thunder Rosa could easily get just hit like that. But yeah, this is where we got back in the ring. And it things off right in there. This is where we got. What we got. This is where we got the Fujiwara with the armbar, but this is where Rosa roll out of the way, but she gets instantly pump kick right into the face. This is where we got Deonna Purrazzo going for a pin, but this is where Thunder Rosa got the shoulder up at 2.8, I believe. Yeah, this is where we got the Virtuoso was like, okay, that was very nice. But this is where we got Thunder Rosa then try to go for the back to back maneuver, but this is where we got Deonna Purrazzo try to go for German suplex, but this is where we got Thunder Rosa then got her into a wheelbarrow. Where she tried to go for a pin, but this is where she was like, don't forget she had the double foot stomp right in the midsection. This is where Thunder Rosa got her down on the ground. This is where she tried to go for a top rope maneuver. This is where she tried to finish off the Virtuoso. This is where then we got Rosa did not know what move to hit, like which she did not realize what it was. Like, and it seemed like that was that's the reason why. And that did not know what. That's the reason why she got into herself in the sticky situation with the Virtuoso, got her in the arm bar that she does, and then the rules in professional wrestling, like if it doesn't work the first time, it's guaranteed the second time. That was the case right here at this situation. And she nearly bent it right back, but like we Thunder Rosa flips her out of it. And where she got her in a sleeper hold, but this is where we got Deonna Purrazzo gets it back up, slams her right back first right into the ground. And where they start doing roll-ups right into each other, but they only got 2 even. This is where we got Purrazzo going for that arm bar, which she was very lucky to do. But this is where we got Thunder Rosa, I believe, in going for a roll-up, I believe, like which is kind of the most devastating move in all of sports entertainment. She never let her best friend, or both our best friends, Simon Miller, down when she does this move, and he got the 1, 2, 3, and the winner of this match, the second match of the night, and the second best match of the night, between Rosa and Deonna Purrazzo, Thunder Rosa, and this is where that she was raised her hand held high. This is where Thunder Rosa like, yeah, I did it. Here where she was like, all elite wrestling, we like AEW, like all elite wrestling, we want wrestling, I want wrestling, like, and that's where she saw something in Spanish, which I cannot recall what it was. But like a couple of seconds afterwards is where she gets attacked from behind by Deonna Purrazzo, which she was being kind of a sore loser. This is where she trapped her right into the right side of the barricade, right onto the upper, right off the ramp of the audience, like where the fans were watching above, right there, right where the right beneath the Titantron is, like with that where that little sidewalk where it's like right across the ring, like yeah, like a little cliff right there, Like this is where she had her right into the left side of the barricade. This is where she starts stomping on her, and then some slaps and chops until Thunder Rosa started going back in a big right slap. This is where she started hitting fists right into each other, beating the hell out of each other, going right up on the sidewalk of the little ramp area of the audience until the security guard had to break it up and hold them back. And this is where fans are like, boo, like, let them fight, like, y'all lame. Like Simon Miller was right. Like, Thunder Rosa's friend was right. And this is where, you're useless in professional wrestling. This is where they start giving fingers to each other, including the Virtuoso, Deonna Purrazzo. It was like, take this, BITCA. Like, like F you, and this is where Thunder Rosa's like, you too. Like, I don't like you either. And what's your thoughts on Rosa and Perazzo? Rosa and Perazzo continuing being in a continuous feud, and do you think this is going to lead into some kind of a no DQ, like lights out women's match in All Elite Wrestling? Let me know in the comment section right down below. And do you think it's going to happen? And if that's the case, do you think it's going to happen in Double or Nothing? Let me know also about that right down below. All right, this feud's not going to be over. Like, it's already far been over for. Right. All right. Sorry about that. I got something stuck in my mouth, but my bad. But yeah, let's move on to the next slide. This is where we got. That's where we got a backstage interview with the Undisputed Kingdom, which they're sending well wishes to Tony Khan by the Young Bucks and the rest of the Elite. And they're like, yeah, like first of all, we want to say that, and then and this is where they wish Tony Khan the best of luck right on camera. It's like. We wish you full and fast recovery and keep on next strong. This is where then he got Roderick Strong went right to the point of Will Ospreay saying like, Will, right? But anyway, yeah, this was like, and this is where Roderick Strong was my bad. Like everybody shouted Will. Like I was like, what's up with him with shouting first names for? Like he said right, he's like Will Ospreay. Like I got plenty of things. Like I want to say. First, start off saying congratulations. You did it. You won the contender match for my international championship. Like you signed, like sealed, like and you delivered, like in the downfall to my and the destruction of the aerial assassin at Double or Nothing. Like, but listen, the world can see your praises, sure. I spray, which I'm not sure what they're spraying right now, but kind of spray on me is spray off of me is my international championship, and you're not going to lead the way of becoming a new championship over into a certain particular cup. But at that particular time in at AEW's pay per view, and where Ryan like, and then at Double or Nothing, I'm gonna completely dismantle you, and I'm gonna break you in half until you fall, like in front of the Messiah of the broken back or the backbreaker. He's like of the Messiah